This is why I chose RTBI. This is why I chose RTBI.
This is why I chose RTBI.
Many Bible schools don't offer the layers of real ministry training that RTBI offers.
By the time you graduate, you already have plenty of preaching experience. You learn how to prepare spiritually and practically.
We learn our constitutional laws, which are vital to operating a successful ministry.
Every preacher should have a job. It's the job, the work of the ministry, the work of evangelism, the work of calling people to Christ, the work of praying for the sick, the work of casting out devils. That's what people are given to do.
The Revival Today Women's Mentorship Program is a place for you to find encouragement, practical teachings, and inspiration for you to do all that God has for you to do. Led by Pastor Adala Shuttlesworth, this program empowers women to grow spiritually and to discover their purpose. Over 2,000 women are in this mentorship program, and we are seeing many women's lives transformed. Ladies, be a part of something powerful and sign up today at AdalaShuttlesworth.com.
The following program contains political discourse, opinions, and footage that many viewers may find offensive. It should not be viewed by anyone ever.
Your dad is gay.
Who's gonna sleep with these ugly-ass, broke, crazy, deranged, TDS liberal women?
Wow.
He's gone, and we couldn't do nothing about it.
It's not f***ing rocket science! Your dad is a closet homosexual.
Look at y'all jumping around like a bunch of child molesters in Chuck E. Cheese.
HIV pills aren't on my mind.
Let's tell a story. A story about one of the greatest psyops in history. The psyop that you deserve less and less every year, and that you should work harder and harder for less and less. The psyop that to be broke was the American way. The psyop that you should be lucky to pay your bills. The psyop that it's normal for prices to go up every year, forever. The psyop that it's normal to pay taxes. When you're born, death and taxes are the only certainty they would tell you. The psyop that you need to make $80,000 a year to take care of your family, then $100,000, and then $150,000. Now they tell you both you and your wife need to work to achieve financial freedom. So you hire the nannies, you hired the babysitters, you leave your community, you just don't have time for them anymore. Because you and your wife embarked on individual careers, these careers that took you away from your kids, your spouse, your home, your community, and they told you this was normal. It's totally normal to spend 2/3 of your time away from your family. It's normal to fight and get divorced, and it has nothing to do with the economic decisions and policies made by the government. None of it was normal. It was all nefarious, and it chipped away at what it meant to be an American. It chipped away at your self-esteem. It chipped away at your marriage, at your family, until you looked up and one day no one was married anymore. No one was succeeding unless they were heavily leveraged. One day you woke up and realized you don't recognize the world around you. Until Trump. President Trump came along and said, "This is your country, and that's your money." And he wouldn't back down. All the people that were destroying you came out and spoke against him. They went to great lengths to undermine his agenda. When President Trump hit his stride in 2019, they released a biological weapon that was the largest psyop in global history. COVID. They ran the scamdemic. They extorted trillions of dollars out of your economy. Then they stole your election overtly, hijacked your democracy, put up barbed wire fencing around your capital, and told you it was normal. During the next 4 years, they would unleash an invasion the likes of which no nation had ever seen. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of illegals poured in the United States of America and began gobbling up whatever remaining resources were in existence. You were deemed a domestic terrorist by those in power. They surveilled your phones, your computers. They surveilled your lives, but it wasn't enough to stop Donald Trump. When they couldn't undermine his campaign through the courts and lawfare, they eventually tried to kill him again and again and again, until that fateful day in November when President Trump and America reclaimed their sovereignty. With him, he brought the richest man on the planet, for free, named Elon Musk. They then began uncovering and publicizing all of fraud, theft, waste, and abuse of the American taxpayer. They have threatened him. They have threatened his family. Subversion is all they have left. Infiltration is all they have left. Their funding is drying up. This is your Liberation Day.
So you made a way across the great divide, left behind heaven's throne to build it here inside. And there at the cross, you paid the debt I owe, broke my chains, freed my soul. For the first time I had hope. Thank you, Jesus, for the blood applied. Thank you, Jesus, it has washed me white. Thank you, Jesus, you have saved my life, brought me from the darkness into glorious light.
This nation was built on law, order, and pride. Immigrants came through the front door with papers in hand and hearts full of hope. But that America was betrayed by Democrats. They didn't lose control of the border. They opened the floodgates on purpose. 20 million poured in. Cartels, rapists, traffickers, funded by you, enabled by them. This wasn't immigration, it was an invasion. By design. And we paid the price. In chaos, in crime, in blood, while traitors in suits handed out benefits with our money. But now comes the reckoning. We're not deporting immigrants. We're deporting lawlessness and those who sold this country out. Law, order, sovereignty. Without them, we don't have a country. So now it's time for retribution, for justice. You don't get to destroy America and stay in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the best seat in the House, I can tell you, America's heart is still beating strong. In just 100 days, President Trump did what they said couldn't be done. He stopped the invasion, crushed the bureaucratic waste, brought prices down, and put America first, where she belongs. He fought for peace when the world was rushing toward war. He gave this country back to you. And make no mistake, folks, the American spirit is roaring back. With every bit of my soul, thank you, President Trump. God bless you. And God bless this land of freedom we so love.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
In a time not so far removed, the world seemed a bit simpler, at least through the eyes of a kid growing up in the heart of America. Back then, we had something special. A culture where freedom of expression wasn't just allowed, it was celebrated. Making fun of each other wasn't about malice, and it usually wasn't even mean. It was a rite of passage, a way to laugh about our differences, unifying us through humor. Sure, there were bullies, but they played an important role. By pushing us, they taught us to push back, to stand up for ourselves, to fight for what we believed in. A clever comeback was like a right hook with a smile.
You play ball like a girl!
It was all part of growing up and learning life lessons that molded our character. Everyone got their turn, and it was worth it. But as time went on, people got lazy. They got soft. The culture went woke, and suddenly everything was offensive. Every joke had to be justified, and the spontaneity of youth was replaced with caution. Our carefree spirit replaced by the twisted calculations of political correctness. Victimhood became a virtue, and cancel culture reigned supreme. Then a miracle happened. God stepped in, and we, the people, stood up. We elected a new president, a leader who promised to bring back the laughter, the color, the soul. This president, with a nod to the past, aims to make our culture great again, a pledge to reignite the magic of yesteryears.
Oh my God!
Not just bringing back jobs, but bringing back the joy of unapologetic humor.
This ain't Johnny Carson, motherfucker.
The freedom of expression without the fear of offense. Now we're seeing a renaissance. The music is getting louder again, the colors brighter, and the laughter, well, it's starting to sound a lot like it used to. Maybe it's not a return to the past, but a rebirth of the spirit that made those times so special. So here we are, standing at the crossroads of nostalgia and revival, looking forward to what's next with the same hopeful eyes we had when we first watched the world through the window of our childhood. And maybe, just maybe, we're learning that the best parts of our past can still light the way for our future. And maybe we're about to enter a new golden age, a golden age where the wonder years start now.
Do you remember what it was like when the 2020 election was rigged and stolen? Do you remember all the bull stories people told you about how the fraudulent election would be overturned? Do you remember the symbols of tyranny when fences went up around D.C. for Joe Biden's inauguration? Do you remember watching fuel and food prices skyrocket in a matter of months? Do you remember watching our borders being invaded by a virtual army of unidentified criminals? Do you remember watching our nation get systematically destroyed for 4 years by the Joe Biden autopen administration? Do you remember longing for the days of winning when we had Donald Trump in the White House? Do you remember thinking he was going to die when the bullet aimed at his brain only grazed his ear? Do you remember rejoicing after witnessing the miracle that saved his life? Do you remember celebrating the epic landslide victory in November of 2024? This is what you hoped for. This is what you prayed for. This is what you voted for. So why are you questioning every decision he makes now that he's back in office? God didn't save his life so he could make mistakes. He knows what he's doing. Maybe it's time to shut the up and let him cook. This has been a public service announcement paid for by the Dilly Meme team.
There's not a snowball's chance in hell that Canada will ever be the 51st state.
What say you, Mr. American Ambassador?
Canada, go!
Well, welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm Jonathan Shuttlesworth, back in the studio. Our good friends from GWC Construction, that they've put their logo as far off where no one can see it as possible. I want to thank them for being the sponsor of today's broadcast. GWC Construction down in New Mexico, if you need them. Great Christian company that's a friend of the show. Tonight's going to be a great night. The death of Cracker Barrel, ? Trump continues Rampage, and more. Great to have everybody on. Good little crowd already on our surprise broadcast. I got another surprise for you. If you're anywhere near Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, surprise, I'm going to be there tomorrow night and Saturday morning. Kenneth Copeland was preaching there and asked me to fill in for him, and so I'm going to be there. So I would love to see all our friends in Western Canada tomorrow night. They'll get the information for you by, dang, look at you guys. The Timothy Conference. I hope they're not disappointed. My name's John. 4461 50th Street Northwest, Edmonton, Alberta. T6L7A3. Kind of a zip code's that. Canada. So I would love to see you. And then, of course, I'll be back in Edmonton for a full week next month. So I thought this worked out well. Let's check the news. Breaking: President Trump reveals that once they are finished cleaning up Washington, D.C., they're going to other cities. I start with Pittsburgh. It's not out of control here yet, but it's getting there. Somebody got carjacked in Green Tree. In broad daylight, 4 armed guys got out of a car and carjacked a guy like at a stoplight. We're not playing games. We're going to make it safe, and we're going on to other cities. Roll it.
Unsafe. We couldn't do it. We'd go out, and you'd see the stories, you'd read the stories, you'd see all of the things that are happening, and they said we couldn't stand it, sir. And now I take my wife and my kids to dinner. One of them said he's gone out 4 nights in a row, and he hadn't gone out for 4 years. So it's a great tribute to you. And when I look at you people, I understand why, because there's no games, right? We're not playing games. We're going to make it safe. And we're going to then go on to other places. But we're going to stay here for a while. We want to make this absolutely perfect. It's our capital. And I guess it used to be many years ago safe, but it's certainly not had a very good run. And you got to be strong. You got to be tough. You got to do your job. Whatever it takes to do your job, you got to do your job. But the crime numbers are way down. I'm looking at you.
Great job, President Trump. Next. A big day for the future of soccer in Pittsburgh as Riverhound Soccer Club. Tuffy Schellenberger unveils massive expansion plans for Highmark Stadium to accommodate 15,000 for soccer and 20,000 for potential concerts. Expected construction completion in 2028. This is our friend who owns the dome that we met in for church for over a year. And he's been a great friend to me and helped me. And that's where we had our outreach at the stadium. It seats 5,000 now. He's bringing it up to USL standards. So I wanted to play this as a congratulations to a friend of the ministry and the owner of the Pittsburgh Riverhound Soccer Club. Roll it.
As the years go on, we're building a winning club here, and the attendance is just going out of, it's almost out of control at this point. We're in standing room almost every game.
What is your ultimate goal when it comes to soccer and your franchise?
Well, the ultimate goal is naturally, if the USL gets the Division I sanctioning, is to go up to Division I and then ultimately win the championship. We all know you got to win in Pittsburgh.
You've come close too. You have a Players' Shield, but got knocked out, so there's still unfinished business.
Yeah, there's definitely unfinished business, and we're going to keep going, and we're not going to stop till we win a championship.
What is the time frame on this?
We're hoping 2028.
And you also have a perfect venue for concerts. I look out here. Is there a better view of the downtown area than this facility right here?
Oh, there's no doubt. We got the best view in the city. This is the best view in the city, and with the expansion, I think it's around 12,000 seats. But once you put people onto the field, we can hold a concert with up to 20,000 people, which I think will bring a lot of concerts into the city here, which is much needed.
Way to go, Tuffy. Next. Oh, sorry about the language. I'm glad I didn't read it by reflex. This is the type of man President Trump is. Roll it.
Most memorable time you've ever had with Trump?
When he called me up and apologized to me.
For what?
This is in 2018. He's having a rally here in town for a guy running for Congress, someone running for Congress and Senate, and they wanted me to announce him at the rally. So I show up with my son Jake and my daughter Serena. White House staff, hey Rick, how's it going? Like, come on this way. And we go to backstage, and Secret Service goes, he's not on the list. And they're going but it's Rick Harris and his friends, not on the list. Doesn't matter. And I'm literally trying to call a U.S. senator and some other people, some congressmen. I can't get a hold of anybody. Secret Service throws me into the public and I am getting mobbed. And we had to leave. We could not stay there. So we had to drive it home. I dropped Jake off. I'm so pissed off. I'm going to the bar. I get like a block from the house, and then like Senator Heller's number pops up on my truck. I'm like, and like Senator Heller knows I have no filter. So the first words out of his mouth is like, Rick, before you say a word, the President of the United States would like to talk to you. And the first words out of Trump's mouth were, Rick, I am really sorry. This is all my fault. Because my White House staff, they work for me. They screwed up. That makes it my fault. I'm sorry. You know, they should have informed the Secret Service. So I'm sorry. Will you please come back down to the convention center? We'll try and make this happen. And you're not going to tell the President of the United States no. So I turn around, go back to the house, grab my son Jake. He says, the President wants us to go to the convention center. Where do we get there? So, but it was funny. So we're driving down there, and then I got a weird phone number pop up on my truck there. And I got like, some guy goes like, this is such and such with the Secret Service in D.C. I have the Secret Service guy at Vegas on location. We have the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police undersheriff, and all these people are on the phone. The big guy says, get you to the convention center. Where are you at? What are you driving? Huh. I'm saying, when I'm driving a gray Raptor, I'm going down Desert Ed right now. He goes like, where are you at? I'm going like, I'm right at Durango. When you get to Decatur, whether the lights red or green, stop, flash your headlights. So we literally, the light is green. We've got people honking at me. I stop, and also like 8 cop cars that come out of nowhere. I get a phone call, follow us. And I got my son there going like, Dad, who do you know? I'm like, I guess I'm kind of important. And they got us to the convention center. My son got his picture with the president.
Awesome. Next. This is servant leadership, which I hate that term. It just sounds like something that would be like on an Assemblies of God brochure. I don't know what's going on with Benny Johnson. This is servant leadership. President Trump just served pizza to hundreds of federal agents and National Guard troops in D.C., showing respect to the men and women who keep order and leading not from above but alongside them. And I wasn't going to play this because I was like, this is kind of pandering. But, you know, when did Biden ever do this? Never. So it's different. Roll it. Oh, it's a picture. It's a still frame. Wow. There's a lot of obese Christian singers and obese preachers that I was going to make a joke that I thought that was just the food in so-and-so's green room. But you know what? I'm better than that. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to think it. Next.
She goes camping. The bears have to hide their food.
Cracker Barrel joining the list of persona non grata. Next. Oh, this weekend. Revival Today Church, Arizona, Saturday, 10 a.m. I like that orange for Arizona for whatever reason. Revival Today, Los Angeles. I don't know why black and gold is L.A. and Pittsburgh's teal. You know, I'm not even saying I don't like it. It's just interesting, the color choices. Actually, are they just all getting moved around? Wasn't Fort Worth orange? They all just kind of get moved? Yeah, whatevs. I'm not going to get religious about it. Revival Today Church, Arizona, Saturday at 10 a.m. I'd love to have you. If you're in Arizona, that's in Phoenix. Revival Today Church, Los Angeles at Angelus Temple, Saturday at 6 p.m. Revival Today Church, Fort Worth, Sunday at 9 a.m. in Watauga. I was just there this last weekend. That was a blast. And Revival Today Church, Pittsburgh. That's hard to believe that was only like a few days ago. Feels like a lifetime ago. Revival Today Church, Pittsburgh. I will see you this Sunday, 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Next. Aiming for Sunday. This is fascinating to me. Elon Musk, his rocket ships are just incredible. Looks like something from a sci-fi movie. Roll it. That is crazy that it catches it. I mean, the engineering there. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Next. Thousands of flags were risen across central London last night in a large-scale Raise the Colors operation. The fight back has officially begun. You remember we covered this we covered it this week in what day is today? Thursday? Jeez. In Lamarck, Texas, earlier this week, we covered that somebody was arrested for waving a British flag in proximity of a mosque. So now this is as close as British people ever get to revolting, lots of people are now putting up flags. This is the state of the UK now, that it's an act of defiance to lift your own flag because a guy got arrested for it. And you can tell we were on the same road. Like if Kamala won, that's where we would be at the end of the 4 years, that the U.S. flag's offensive to many groups and you can't raise it certain places. Roll it. Mute it. Hopefully this is a real backlash that'll stay. Wow, it's pretty serious. Frankie must be the guy that got arrested. Amazing, you have to put on masks to lift your own nation's flag in the nation. Again, you have to wonder about people that are burning the flag of the country they're in and raising the flag of the country they came from. Next. In and out, piling on. Cracker Barrel needs help running the company. Ooh. Next. Full screen. We covered this. Rhode Island Attorney General promises strong sanctions for the prosecutor who was arrested while bragging about how she's an attorney general. Special Assistant Attorney General Devin Hogan Flanagan. Oh, the drunk lady was Irish? That's shocking. Was arrested for trespassing and resisting arrest on August 14th. During an interview with a local radio station, Attorney General Peter F. Norar says Flanagan will be facing a, quote, strong sanction. She's put me in a bad position. She's embarrassed herself, humiliated herself, treated the Newport Police Department horribly. I've got 110 lawyers. You know, she embarrassed all of them in a sense. In the end, there will be a suspension without pay if I retain her. So she's not going to go on as if nothing happened in terms of salary and that kind of thing. So there'll be a strong sanction here. I just want to think it through. Yeah, and then she'll probably get hired by like University of Rhode Island to teach law as they commend her for it. But this is, in case you didn't see the last show, this is what happened. Roll it.
I want you to turn your body cam off. Protocol is that you turn it off. If a citizen requests it to turn it off, she's a lawyer.
So they want you guys to leave?
Yes, we're going to leave.
Let's just leave. Let's just make it easy, okay?
We're going to make it easy. That's not.
I am.
So the restaurant trespassed them because they're so drunk.
Your protocol is...
Can we all talk? Can we all talk? Talk over here. They want you to leave.
Your protocol is...
Can we talk?
And then they arrest them, and they completely lose. This video is 5 more minutes. I played it on Tuesday. I'm not playing it again. But the lady's a lunatic. Maybe jump it 90 seconds.
You guys just want to know?
Seriously. No, Let me tell you something.
I'm an AG. I'm an attorney general. And then starts talking down to the police. You know, a lot of people don't know if you're an attorney general, that doesn't give you the right to just do anything you want. It's not like an 1800s mining town. I'm the sheriff. Next. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker compares America to Nazi Germany in between meals. Roll it.
I built a Holocaust museum. And one thing about that experience that I can tell you, and I've worked with Holocaust survivors for...
The guy on the left, does he know this is not an audio-only podcast? Hey, have you seen my crew-length white gym socks to wear with my suit? Just put the tie off to the side. I'm going to kind of slouch over so my belly shows. What do the twins do? Then just slick down the front of my hair and then leave the back like I just got out of bed? Man, you know you dressed terribly when you made J.D. Pritzker look good. Because he's the better looking of the two guys. And he's enormous. Continue.
More than a decade to build this museum. One thing I learned in the process of that is that it doesn't take very long to tear apart a constitutional republic. Indeed, the Nazis did it in 53 days. And our democracy is almost as fragile. And we're seeing it right now.
Boy, what a fresh take of Trump's a Nazi. Haven't heard that one for frickin' 10 years. Next. You know, you accuse Trump of being a Nazi. Meanwhile, that's the party that's allowing Jewish students to go to class safely. Footage has been released by the armed forces of Ukraine showing yet another attack today against the UHA oil pumping station in the Bryansk Oblast of Western Russia. UNECHA is the second pumping station which transports oil from Russia to Belarus, Hungary, Slovakia, and several other countries in Eastern Europe to have been targeted within the last week by Ukraine. So that's serious warfare. They're disrupting their ability to make money because that's how Russia gets its money, is pumping oil and natural gas to Europe. So it's a big move. Roll it.
The Kremlin's got a hell of a sense of humor. You talk peace and disarmament to the world, and here you are wiping out a race of people. You expect sympathy? You started this damn war, now you have to deal with it.
Comrade, here is something that might be of interest to you. Dragonfly Wolf 10. Colorful names.
No, there won't be a victory. Every day your war machines lose ground to a bunch of poorly armed, poorly equipped freedom fighters.
We are wiping out no one. I think you are too intelligent to believe such absurd propaganda.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Just figured I'd mix it up a little bit. Next! Scott Jennings nailed it here. The Democrats are officially broken. Roll it.
I think the Democrats are hemorrhaging voters because they've chosen all the wrong constituencies. They seem to care more about illegal aliens than American citizens, violent criminals than law-abiding citizens, and the Palestinian flag more than the American flag.
That is not true, and that is
when you take those positions on things like that,
pause. Why is the audio not synced up with the video? You want to play it again, or is it going to be like that no matter what? Oh, it's the video. This guy on the right looks suspicious. And whoever cuts his hair does not belong with a barber's license. How do you want your bangs? Just mess it up. Continue.
Run to the other party. And
is there one mainstream Democrat that said he likes illegal immigrants over?
And you know that's not necessarily
Chris Van Hollen? There's one.
You said that? Chris Van Hollen did not say that.
He went and had margaritas at my house.
I can't follow it because the voices aren't lined up. See if you can find me one of this clip
conceded that he was sent there
where you can follow it. Next.
I mean,
I feel like I'm watching like a Korean television station with English dubbed in. You see millionaire athletes demand and hold out for more money. Then you have Tyler Bagent in literal tears. I'm guessing it's Bagent. After signing a $10 million extension. Roll it.
He didn't even have running water until he was in high school, so there's definitely a lot of things that and people that I think I could certainly help with this gift I've been blessed with. But yeah, just little things like that. Like, you know, I don't really know anybody back at home with any money, so yeah, it feels good. I mean, it's certainly a weight off my shoulders and my family's shoulders. Yeah, definitely.
And there isn't one of us that doesn't want to be someplace else. But this is what we do. Who we are. Live for nothing. Or die for something.
Next. Revival Today Bible Institute. If you want to train for the ministry at a phenomenal Bible school, of which I happen to be the president, I would love to have you. RevivalTodayBibleInstitute.com. Our next intake of students is in September, so you need to get moving on that one. And then January, we have our mid-semesters. So I would love to have you up here in Pittsburgh. Next. I've seen some arguments defending this guy and others saying that law enforcement did the right thing. What's your take? Have you ever seen, by show of emoji hands, these videos of guys showing you that, like, when a cop pulls you over, you don't have to answer any of his questions. You say, I'm not answering any questions. And they have to leave you alone if you do that. I didn't watch this all the way through. I'm going to watch it with you. But I think it didn't go that way for this guy. So let's watch together.
You're a citizen? I don't wish to answer any questions. Oh, sorry? I don't wish to answer any questions.
Okay. Anybody else on board?
No.
All right. You were born in the U.S., you said?
I didn't say. I don't want to answer any questions.
What, sorry?
Pause. I don't wish to answer any questions.
Has anybody seen these besides me? And then when they show the videos, the guy's always like, all right, have a good day then. So they make it seem like, but it never rang true. I always felt like it wouldn't work in real life. And from the caption, I think it's not going to work in real life. I don't think, and again, this isn't police. This is U.S. Border Patrol. Now, it looks like Texas Border Patrol. You know, it is interesting that as a U.S. citizen, you go through these checkpoints, not at the border. They're like, 20, 30 miles in, Eagle Pass, near Harlingen. And you really shouldn't have to answer to Border Patrol if you're a U.S. citizen. So I'm interested to see whether this guy gets his B-U-T-T kicked or not. Roll it.
Okay, well, I'm just asking your citizenship. So I understand that you're a federal agent conducting a federal investigation. I wish to exercise my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. All right, just hang on 1 second, sir.
Uh-oh. Why one of you?
Good. No drugs, no contraband, nothing aboard this vehicle.
Excuse me?
There are no drugs and no contraband of any sort in this vehicle.
Okay. Are you a U.S. citizen?
I don't wish to answer any questions. I'm letting you know there is no contraband or illegal substances in the vehicle. I'd just like to be on my way.
Pause. See, you said you weren't going to answer any questions. Then why? Like, you won't tell them whether you're a citizen, but then you told them there's no contraband or illegal. So, like, I feel like if you're going to commit to it, you just shouldn't have said anything. And it just doesn't feel like it's going to turn out well. Like, if I was in the passenger seat right now where the camera is, I'd be, like, very uncomfortable. I'd be like, I am a U.S. citizen, and I don't agree with anything he's doing. Just so you know. Continue. True Amber.
I'm going to put the vehicle in park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like he doesn't seem like Amber said. Take the hard line.
You gonna tell me about Fuentes? You gonna tell me about Fuentes?
Choice. You can go to secondary.
Okay.
If you don't go to secondary, I'll go ahead and read all this off. If you don't answer the questions, I'll arrest you. Simple as that.
Arrest me for what crime?
Pause.
For not answering the question.
I believe him. I believe that he will arrest him. I don't, these people that all think they know the law, like, I'm telling you don't have to pay your taxes, man. You invoke this law from 1841, and I don't know. Continue.
That's not a crime.
Right now, you're holding up our line.
Okay.
I got a job to do.
Okay.
So what's your
Do your
choice?
job.
Are you a U.S. citizen or not?
Do your job.
Answer the question. Are you a U.S. citizen or not?
Did you want me to go to secondary?
Will you go to secondary?
Yeah, I didn't say.
All
Nobody's
right,
asked me to go to secondary.
We'll talk to you over there.
All right.
Pause.
Understand?
And then you said you wouldn't answer any questions, and you're answering questions left and right, except for the citizen one. This guy seems like an idiot. If I had to guess, I'd say 68% chance he's divorced. Continue.
In secondary, you have no privilege to that phone, so we will be taking it away in secondary. You are being detained.
Oh, you can tell you didn't know that. I'd like to see how that played out. Next. Now, I do get it. That, like, technically, federal agents don't have, I don't know. I'd just show your ID. Huge update. DNI Tulsi Gabbard's not done yet. Roll it.
Tulsi, you've declassified a lot so far. Do you
What's up,
intend
Monique?
to declassify other information?
What's up, Harmony?
Yes, without a doubt. There are so many areas that we have just started to shine a light on in places that have never seen the light. It's important for the American people. They deserve to know the truth, and that transparency is what can be used to lead to actual accountability. That's how real change comes about.
And you're working with the Justice Department, and they're going to be, I know there's, I think I know there's at least one grand jury set up.
Yeah, just on my Instagram, the guy that's our floor man, Matt Kaufman, his mom, I think, posted a picture of you graduating. Why are you getting wished like a happy graduation 6 hours ago? Did you go to a summer school?
We didn't take the pictures till a few days ago. We waited till the end of the summer.
Just seems like an odd time. I was wondering whether you're in like delinquent school or something. Well, congratulate. Let me be the last to congratulate you for graduating high school 4 months ago. Congratulations. Keep going.
I'm not sure that's public yet. I'm not sure the public knows all that is going to happen there. But you're working with the Justice Department, Attorney General Bonnie, to prosecute?
I am working with the U.S. attorney that's been assigned to by the Department of Justice and his team specifically to deal with the evidence that we have found and collected and declassified and released. The criminal referral that I made to the Department of Justice around President Obama's directed intelligence assessment that, as we said before, created something that was not there. This was the foundation of the Russia hoax. And it really was the document, again, ordered by President Obama, carried out willingly and excitedly by John Brennan and James Clapper and others, that laid that served as the document.
What's up, Presque Isle,
everything
Maine?
that continued
there
on
many times.
in President Trump's first administration. The investigations, the impeachments, the surveilling, the harassment, everything that happened next.
What's up,
really,
Arizona?
Fundamentally
What's up,
came from and
Love
was
you, man.
rooted in this fake intelligence document
Greg?
that President Obama ordered be created.
All right. Well, we thank you.
Next.
Wish you luck on the job.
The Minnesota DFL has just revoked their endorsement of Somali by heritage Minneapolis mayoral candidate Omar Feta. He looks like the accountant for an oil pirate. After electronic voting system irregularities left 100+ delegates not counted. So, not good for him. He went from he's going to be the mayor to now he's not going to be the mayor. Next. Bud Light's Prophecy of 1998. These were my favorite commercials. I still listen to them on YouTube every once in a while when I'm driving. They made me laugh so hard. Roll it.
Today we salute you, Mr. Male Football Cheerleader.
Mr. Male Football Cheerleader.
Real men don't just play smash mouth football. Real men turn cartwheels and somersaults on the sidelines, tucked safely away from the action.
Don't touch me now.
4th down and inches. The game's on the line. It all comes down to you. Will you call for a perky pyramid or a peppy line dance?
Get on my shoulders.
Knock 'em back, all the way to Hackensack. So grab an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Male Football Cheerleader. You may never score a touchdown, but you're peppy. That's gotta count for something.
Mr. Male Football Cheerleader.
Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
How do you feel about homosexuality?
I find it disgusting. Men kissing men, holding hands in the street. Every fucking TV show now, they rub your nose in it.
That's barely muted. Next. I think you got half of the U. This is how crazy food prices are in Las Vegas. So there's a big discussion. Of course, Las Vegas is close to my heart. It's the background on our program here. Tourism is down 11% from last year in Las Vegas. So some people are saying it's because of Trump's tariffs. Some people are saying because Canadians aren't coming and people from overseas. And some people are saying people have had enough paying $53 for a pizza. Because the prices in Las Vegas, you know, if you're watching from Pennsylvania, you know there's a gas station here called Sheetz. When I went to Las Vegas for 10 days on vacation last year, I came back and I went to the Sheetz gas station and got a coffee for me and a coffee for $1. The lady goes, that'll be $2.63. I had two 20s out because that's what it would have been. It would have been like $36 in LA, in Las Vegas. So I think people are catching on. This is how crazy the prices are. Roll it.
$52.99 for a whole pizza here at Caesars at DeFara Pizza, in case you want to know.
Pause. Is that the actual DeFara Pizza, though, in Caesars? Can you look it up on ChatGPT? Is that the New York City DeFara? It doesn't look like it. Looks like DeFara Cafeteria Pizza. Continue.
That's what it looks like. What do you guys think? Yay or nay?
So people are putting in the comments, $53 for a pizza. Do me a favor, production team, just to show people. Grab me menu prices from Sinatra, the Italian restaurant in Wynn. It's called Sinatra. And just get me the menu with the prices on it, if you can find it, or some restaurant like that. And then find me like other prices for things, like how much a water is. Like a bottled water in Caesar's Palace. It is insane. And you just get like used to it, but I think people are starting to get not used to it. Next. Cracker Barrel didn't just destroy its logo and restaurant vibe, it also changed the peg game to make dumb people feel better when they do poorly. Let me see it. I haven't seen it. So there's the original one. I got it to one time. And then the new one, leave only one, you're a genius. Leave two, rocking the chair, but not the game. Leave three more, no reason to be embarrassed, try again. But the old one's like mean. Let me see it again. I can't remember quite what it says. Leave two and you're pretty smart. Leave three and you're just plain dumb. Leave four more and you're an ignoramus. So they feel like that's too harsh now. Next, people were feeling bad about being called an ignoramus. Okay, wow, that was quick with the menu. Okay. That's the appetizers. So there's no appetizer less than $25. Now this is just pasta. Linguine, $45. $65 for gnocchi. The fish is $60. What else we got? I know it's got to go higher than that. There we go. For the lamb, $190. For the 24-ounce ribeye, $115. Veal Parmesan, $75. That's for one person, you know. So they're saying people are just, they kept raising and slowly raising, and now it's just past the point of no return. Find me on ChatGPT, just ask it some of the most examples of ridiculous prices in Las Vegas. This is an Italian restaurant called Sinatra. Somebody was asking. Next. Wait, back it up one. Asparagus, grilled asparagus, $20. Mashed potatoes, $20. Next. I'm sure it's great. Northport, Florida. The 2025 Beloved Ladies Conference with two of the most beloved ladies on planet Earth, Pastor Dawson McGoss. They spoke tonight at 7 p.m., tomorrow at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m., and then Saturday at 10 a.m. This is at our good friend Tom Lapley's Foundation Church. 13,000 Tamiami. Is it Tamiami? Is it Tamiami? Trail, Northport, Florida. That's near Venice, Florida. So if you want to see a Dawson McGoss on the west coast of Florida, this weekend's your chance, starting tomorrow. Next. Gavin Newsom. How does a man sit like that with balls? Why are you seated like my Pentecostal great-grandmother who wanted to make sure her knees were together so no one could see up her skirt that went down to her ankles? Gavin Newsom, we're going to punch these Republicans in the mouth. Please start with me. Is promoting violence against conservatives. Roll it.
This is radical rigging of a midterm election. Radical rigging of an election. Destroying, vandalizing this democracy.
Why are you crushing your own nuts? Does that seating posture strike anyone else as odd besides me? I mean, I could see if you're having bowel trouble. I've sat like that in a car before when I was racing to a bathroom. No one is asking for this information, but one time I had to go to the bathroom so badly. It just came on me like the cold sweat. I pulled into a Chick-fil-A, busted through the door, ran straight to the bathroom, and there was only one stall with a toilet, and there was someone in it. I banged on the door like I was serving a warrant as the SWAT team. I went, "Get out now!" And they went, "What? I'm here." I went, "Now!" And they went out with their pants around their ankles. That's how loud I was being, and I went in and barely made it. I'm telling you, I had to go to the bathroom so bad. If it was locked, I would have gone in the women's room and faced charges. There was no option. So if that's that kind of situation, I can see sitting like that. And that's it. But if you're sitting like that by choice, I don't know who your dad was, but he didn't do a good job raising you. That's for sure.
Your dad is a closet homosexual.
Continue.
See, the rule of law. So I'm sorry. I know some people's sensibilities. I respect and appreciate that.
That's hard to look at. You got your arms fanned out to the side. If you're going to be gay, be gay. Don't be lukewarm. That's my problem with Newsom. He's not quite straight. He's not quite gay. He's just in the middle, sitting like a gay guy, but then saying punch him in the mouth like a straight guy. Pick a side. That's all I'm asking. And this is the problem with running Gavin Newsom for president if you're a Democrat, is he's popular in California. He would win all the states that are already blue. But you think any Democrats in like Ohio are voting for a guy that looks like that? Trying to squeeze his balls to death with his own thighs? Finish it.
But right now, with all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire, and we're going to punch these sons of bitches in the mouth.
Oh, amen to that.
Who are you going to punch in the mouth?
No rules today, sport. Just orders.
We're going to punch these guys. We're going to punch them right in the mouth. We're going to punch them right in the mouth. Big finish. We're gonna punch these sons of bitches right in the mouth. Play the last 10 seconds again.
This is radical, punches in the mouth.
Oh, amen to that.
Last 10 seconds.
We're fighting fire with fire.
Pause.
Punch these.
Fighting fire with fire. We're gonna punch these sons of bitches right in the mouth. Yeah, not joking around. If I was running against him in 2028, I would just play this on a loop. I would just buy time on tons of stations. I'm gonna punch these, gonna fight fire with fire, gonna punch these sons of bitches right in the mouth. You can't physically threaten people sitting like that. I'm telling you for the last time, if you don't back up, there's gonna be problems. And then if you can, pause it when it hits the last screen with I want to see all the people that are on the Zoom call or whatever.
With fire, and we're going to punch these sons of bitches in the mouth.
Oh, amen to that.
Ooh. That's a rough crew. Why is Mark Wabaszewski there in the top right? I'm no fighter. I feel like I could beat the crap out of all 5 of them, like while texting, like one hand, while checking my phone. I'm gonna punch these sons of bitches right in the mouth. All 5 of us. We'll be like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Who's with me? Hands in the middle. We're gonna punch them right in the mouth. I'm surprised they didn't break into a chorus line when they were done about punching them in the mouth with leg kicks.
Your dad is a closet homosexual. I will come to your house and yell at all your parents, okay? That is not true, and it's not nice.
Play it one more time.
With all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path.
This
we're
damn
fighting
different
fire
path?
with fire.
Pause.
Punch
He doesn't even know how to like curse like a man. Like, we're just getting down a damn different path. It's like the wrong curse word, bad gesturing. Play one more time. I'll leave it alone.
But right now, with all due respect, we're walking down a damn different path. We're fighting fire with fire, and we're going to punch these sons of bitches in the mouth.
Oh, amen to that.
Who are you going to punch in the mouth? You wake up in an emergency room. Next. Ridiculously priced food and drinks in Las Vegas. Some extreme price examples. The beef case Wagyu tomahawk, $1,000 for a steak. At Poppy's Steak inside Fontainebleau, it's a 55-ounce Australian Wagyu tomahawk with a perfect marbling score of 9, priced at a staggering $1,000. $9 coffee. That's not that high. I think you could find it more. That's like, they're not talking lattes, they're talking black coffee. $100 buffets. That's not that big a deal. Here's more like it. $18 bottle of water, $35 for a burger. That's real. And that would be like everywhere. $33 bagel, $26 bottles of water, $18 beer in a plastic cup. I don't know what it normally costs. $4 Coke. Now, if that's Coca-Cola, that's high. If it's $4 for like Colombian Coke, Bolivian marching powder, that's a great deal. Next. Oh, there's more. STK Las, what? Joel Robuchon. Yeah, but that guy's a world-class chef. $250 for 2 rolls of sushi at Sushi Roku's High Roller Roll. Yeah, but there's caviar on it. Yeah, but I mean, they do put nice stuff on it. Next. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, just axed a Biden-era censorship office. So they were pressuring social media companies to censor people they felt were problematic. Roll it.
Director, we're seeing that you got rid of the foreign malign influencer censor. Well, first of all, what was that? And did they resist?
Well, here's what's interesting, Jesse, is this was created under the Biden administration, and ultimately it has been used, and this is documented, there's documented evidence of this, is that it was essentially used as a means to censor Americans' free speech. Calling it, hey, you're spreading disinformation. This center was going and working with different social media companies saying, well, this is disinformation or misinformation. We have to censor these dissenting voices who are being critical of the then Biden administration. So that's one example of some of the others, once again,
Great job, Tulsi.
who are not only
Pause.
not...
Anybody else with me that Tulsi Gabbard's like the surprise star of this cabinet? She's been nothing but great. The opposite of Pam Bondi, who's left a lot to be desired. Keep going.
Conducting our core national security mission, but actually existing as a means
What's up,
to
Dimitri?
politicize intelligence, and in this case, censor free
How's
speech
the
of
wife,
Americans,
Dimitri?
which is in direct contradiction and undermining of our fundamental constitutional rights.
Wow. Next. Just in, authorities in Washington, D.C. are gearing up for President Trump to go out on patrol with the National Guard tonight. Roll it.
Biden could never walk the beat because he couldn't walk. And Kamala never did it because she was afraid of her prosecutor's shadow. I love that Trump's going out there like a general to inspect the troops. Sometimes I go walking through my pod to see my team booking and cutting tape, and I shake their hands and I introduce myself, and they're inspired. I'm inspired. I'm with Greg. This is the best episode of Cops we're ever going to see. I hope he does a field sobriety test on some sloppy drunk kid from Georgetown. I hope someone they arrest and they pull drugs out of their pocket and Trump's like, that's a lot of crack. I hope he goes out with the Vice Squad and finds Adam Schiff trying to score some dope and some women at some seedy hotel on the wrong side of the tracks.
Women?
Didn't say that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And the media's all worried about them getting heckled. Of course, it's D.C. Any other politician would have astroturfed the station and had a bunch of guys in MAGA hats saying, 4 more years. These guys didn't care. They rolled up, they rolled out, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. They keep saying, the left, even though she's to my right, that crime is down. Okay. Homicides hit a 30-year high in 2023 in D.C.
Hello. Hello.
You're handsome and smart and a hard worker. And let's be honest, white, that's a huge plus nowadays.
You guys are all little pieces of
Next. Breaking. The NFL's first transgender cheerleader has abruptly quit the Panthers just days before the start of the season. Couldn't take it.
HIV pills aren't on my mind.
And so he's out before the season even started.
We were hoping that the Reverend Jonathan Rourke would be here, but we just heard that he's tested positive for AIDS.
Next. A foreign investor has quietly gobbled up all the conspiracies turned out to be true. A foreign investor has quietly gobbled up 9 oceanfront lots in Malibu for $65 million following the January wildfires. Roll it. So they were right. All the people said they're never going to let them rebuild and somebody else is going to buy it and all that.
What you talking about, Willis?
Next. Okay, this is an interesting article to me. As you can tell, I've been checking out what's going on in Las Vegas. Former boxer Marcellus Brown, the father of Boston Celtics superstar Jaylen Brown, was arrested yesterday for attempted murder after allegedly stabbing a youth football coach in a dispute over a parking spot at a Las Vegas park. Not a casino, at a park. Continue. Here is the article. Las Vegas Metro Police arrested Quentin Marcellus Brown, 57, on Wednesday night after the incident at the All-American Sports Park in the West Valley. He's the father of NBA player Jaylen Brown, who helped lead the Boston Celtics to a championship title in 2024. Now, this gets interesting to me. We'll see if you also feel it's interesting. Keep going. The stabbing occurred at 5:45 p.m. That's early for a stabbing. That's dinner time. During a fight at the park, which is located on South Buffalo Drive near West Charleston Boulevard. Witnesses told police a door ding, so they parked. He hit the car with the door. The guy yelled at him, led to an altercation. And Brown allegedly stabbed the victim several times, according to documents the 8 News Now investigators obtained. The victim's girlfriend told police Brown parked next to them and then hit their driver's door. So Brown's dad pulled in, hit the door, and the victim exited to look for any damage. And Brown was immediately confrontational before the victim said anything. The male told the victim it was just a bump and called the victim a bitchass as the male walked away. The victim slapped a side mirror on the SUV. Okay, so you picture you're in that situation. You're at a park with your girlfriend. This guy pulls up with his car, hits your car, then calls you a bitchass for checking for damage, tells him to call the police, doesn't care. So then this guy slaps his side view mirror. Police detained Brown near US 95 and Decatur Boulevard after the stabbing, they said. Police did not recover the weapon. Now, listen to this now. Brown had abrasions on his knees and his face was bleeding, documents said. He spontaneously uttered that this was all over a door ding without being asked any question by parole officers. Remember, folks, you have patrol officers. Remember, folks, you have the right to remain silent. Police took Brown, a former heavyweight boxer. Now, here's what I would do, folks. If I got in a little traffic altercation with someone and they were a former heavyweight boxer, I would just call the insurance company. Medical personnel took the victim to a local hospital in critical condition. Police said he needed surgery. Brown was previously arrested in Henderson in 2016 on a charge of battery, resulting in substantial bodily harm. So the guy has a history of putting beatdowns on people. Brown was denied bail and scheduled to make his first court appearance Thursday afternoon. Keep going. Is that it? Then we missed something because the one I read that had the article with it. So check this out. Back to me. I'll tell you what happened. This guy, according to the article, the boxer, the former boxer, is 7 feet tall, 310 pounds. So why this guy would start yelling at him, the guy that's the victim is 5'10", 160. I get it, you're in front of your girlfriend and stuff. So then they argued, then they agreed to fight. And they said when the little guy turned around, Brown took a knife and stabbed him in the lower back and pierced his bowels. So that's the kind of thing where you can end up with a colostomy bag for the rest of your life. And he's also still in critical condition. But I don't know why you would try to get involved with someone that's 7 feet tall, 310 pounds in hand-to-hand combat. Next. I'm kind of giving you a lot of reasons not to go to Las Vegas, even though it's a great place that I enjoy going to. Breaking news, Grammy award-winning rapper Lil Nas X, so Rom's going to have to get a whole new playlist now, has been hospitalized after being spotted roaming nearly naked on the streets of Los Angeles at 4 a.m. Who hasn't? TMZ claims it could be a possible OD. This comes after Lil Nas X reportedly ruined his career by intentionally taunting Christians with his music and videos. This is the guy that did all this stuff to mock Christ. I'm telling you, when people do that, you open yourself up to a spirit where you lose your mind. Now, having said that, I give him credit because it's not easy to find white cowboy boots that match Fruit of the Loom tighty whitey. So you got to give him that. Roll it.
Nah. Hey, don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. Nah, go ahead, babe. Nah. Go ahead, babe. Nah. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down? Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Da. Hey, for everybody coming to the party. La. Yes, I
Pause. I want to assume it's an OD because I could definitely see, like, personally, throwing on that underwear, finding white cowboy boots that perfectly match it. And he's like, you know what? I'm not keeping this to myself. I'm going for a little walk. Keep going.
And you better be at that party tonight. Oh, yes.
Hi there, non-binary dad.
Yes, get my good side. Every side. Yes.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Losing his mind.
Sean Bankhead taught me that one.
And I'm reaping all the benefits.
If I saw myself in clothes like those, I'd have to kick my own.
All right, I think we get the point. Next. Man, he walked from dark till sunup. I hope he had a good pair of socks on because if he's barefoot, those cowboy boots are going to leave some blisters. August 25th to 29th, this coming week, at my good friend, Pastor Joshua's church, Word of Life, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m., 518 Mud Fork Road. That sounds like a good West Virginia road name. Logan, West Virginia. That's a great church, Word of Life Church in Logan, West Virginia. Hope to see all our West Virginia, Kentucky, middle of nowhere out in the hills family next week. Next. DeSantis goes nuclear on Gavin Newsom. Roll it.
Why is he spending all this time, trying to be fresh with President Trump? Why doesn't he do his job and protect the people? And as much as we somehow poke fun at California, oftentimes because of all the problems that the liberal policies have allowed, that is spilling over into the rest of the country. And Florida is a tragic example with 3 of our fellow citizens who are dead because of his sanctuary policies.
Yeah. Next. California issues commercial driver's license to Stevie Wonder. Next. Union station before Trump, Union station after Trump. Next. Politico, cash on hand as of July 31st. The Republican National Party has 84.3 million cash on hand. The DNC with 13.9 million cash on hand. Not good. Next. That's the money you have to spend for ads. This speech belongs in the Smithsonian, according to Il Donald Trumpo. Roll it.
My personal view is slavery was a reprehensible institution. I agree with your words that it was our original sin. We also fought a war to eradicate it and to get over it as a country. And that was a necessary thing that happened, and a lot of people died, and we did eradicate it, and that's a good thing. I think what he's asking is, in our museums, what defines us? Are we going to be defined by the worst moment or the worst institution or the worst mistake we ever made? Or are we going to be defined by what we've done moving forward to get over it and to become the greatest nation on the earth? I
think I know what option the person on the right would choose. Keep going.
Belief is that he wants to look at these museums, not because he wants to do away with the idea that slavery occurred, but that he wants to ask a very simple question. Are we going to present ourselves as being exceptional or not? And I think he believes there is an effort by some to continue to try to define us.
Any speech would sound great with this music behind it.
Focus and define us based on our best moments, which started when we eradicated slavery and began to move forward as the light of the world. And so that's what I think.
Does it make your life easier just to throw a quick racist term at somebody? A man who has seen the things I've seen, experienced the loss and pain that I've experienced. I transcend race, hombre.
Next. J.D. Vance, roll it.
It was like 1 a.m. Moscow time, and they had no anticipation. So we're actually in the east wing of the White House, and the president says, we've had a pretty good meeting. I'm going to go call Vladimir Putin and see what he says about it. And everybody's like, oh, you're going to call him next week? And he's like, no, what time is it in Moscow? Let's call him right now. And I think one of the things I've realized about President Trump's leadership is he cuts through the BS of some of these diplomatic protocols and just says, I'm going to get things done. If I want to talk to somebody, I'm going to talk to somebody. You had a lot of the Europeans who were saying, no, there needs to be proper, vetting, and the teams have to prepare the phone call and blah, 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 blah. And the president was like, no. I want to talk to the guy. I'm going to talk to the guy. And I think that kind of no holds barred, no BS diplomacy is part of the reason why we've made the progress we have. And we've made a lot of progress, Laura. Look, Who knows what's going to happen? The president tells me this all the time. You can never say with certainty what the outcome in this situation is going to be. But we now have the Russians talking to the Ukrainians. They're talking details about what would be necessary on each side to stop the fighting and stop the killing. We've made more progress in 3 months than the country had made in 3 years in stopping this conflict. And I think it's because sometimes you just need a president who will pick up the phone and call somebody.
Great job, President Trump. Next. Boston mayor says she refuses to cooperate with ICE. Well, you've seen how that's worked out for all the other mayors. This mayor of Boston is an absolute idiot. Roll it.
Boston received a letter from the Attorney General of the United States on official letterhead from the federal government threatening to prosecute city officials
Pause.
and withhold.
Look at the lady behind her. What's up, every liberal? It looks like Vito from The Sopranos in drag. Keep going.
Hold federal funds unless we cooperate with carrying out mass deportations.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen.
At a
Boo all you
time
want.
when this federal administration is already causing so much fear and harm in our communities. These threats are serious and consequential. But our same communities have told me loud and clear that silence in the face of oppression is not an option.
We try and teach our children not to make fun of others who are challenged.
Yeah, so you're going to help, you want the human trafficking to keep going. That's that immigration wave. If you support that, you got the blood on your hands of whatever happens to the 500,000 children that are in the country, 300,000 minimum. Next. Seattle looks like SHIT, and rapper Big Sean noticed that as well during a recent show in Seattle. You know your city has a crack problem when rappers are really put off by how much crack is being smoked. It's not exactly the most judgmental anti-crack crowd. Roll it.
Seattle, you know, we was in Seattle all day yesterday and we went and got some Thai food. I fuck with the Thai food very crazy. We went to our little spot and I was like, I want to walk back to the hotel and shit. It was a couple miles.
I'm interested to hear this, and sorry for the cursing, but this downtown Seattle is bad. I'm not saying that. I'm telling you, it's like dangerous. It's the only place I've ever had someone try to attack me in 23 years of traveling, counting Kinshasa, counting Mumbai, counting a lot of world cities. Continue.
And we walked back. And I haven't seen this. I went to high school in Detroit in like a kind of crazy neighborhood. I haven't seen this since high school.
See?
We saw a young lady doing crack.
Pause.
I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's the only place I've ever been where there's people openly doing hard drugs. I mean, just like you not in an alley, just like standing there. Lots of them. Keep going.
Like, with kids around. And she whipped the pipe out and was doing crack. And there were cops around. And I was like, damn, Seattle. I didn't know Seattle was like that. That shit is... Y'all kind of fucked up here, but I love the city so much, I swear. Y'all make some noise for yourselves.
That's how bad it is. It's freaking rappers out. Next. Rapper Big Sean Stun calls out open... Yeah, next. Oh, speaking of which, whoever did that on production, great job. I will be in the greater Seattle area, coming right up, September 8th through the 12th. Faith Family Church, my good friend Pastor Greg, Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. Those were blowout meetings that got extended last time and should be even better this time. Looking forward to that. So help me get the word out in Seattle. Register if you haven't. Next. CNN's Dana Bash tried to gotcha Representative Tim Burchett. It failed miserably. Roll it.
It disgusts you that Trump's Justice Department isn't releasing it? What disgusts you?
No, ma'am. Well, we didn't under Joe Biden either. He had it for 4 years, and that's why I really don't think there's much about Trump in there, because I figured President Biden would have released it as well if it had. But I just think the whole thing has just been mishandled from front to back. It just, when it first broke, they should have put a special prosecutor, attorneys in charge to make sure that this stuff was released, and yet he was allowed to allegedly commit suicide. And I still don't think he committed suicide, but that's just me. I just think this goes too deep. It affects too many powerful people in this country, and it crosses over party lines. And I honestly don't think we'll ever really get to the bottom of it.
Pretty sure that the Trump administration has said that now they've looked at it and they believe he has committed suicide. But let's
see. That's why you're not a reporter. That's what they did in the Soviet Union. You just say what the people in charge said happened. That's not reporting, Dana. What an awful channel that'll be out of business soon. Next, Steve Witkoff, roll it.
We're in a negotiation, mediating, and I think we're going to be very successful because of the leadership of President Trump. But there were concessions almost immediately made on the part of the Russians in the first meeting in Alaska. And, you know, part of getting those concessions was learning whether we were going to be able to see the Russians prepared to be more accommodating. And it was clear that's a bit of intelligence that's really important for us to see. And the president fleshed that out almost immediately. And that's what led to the length of the meeting. We stayed there for quite some time because we actually made progress on how we might get to a peace deal. You know, a ceasefire deal is very, very easy to break because it doesn't have all the ingredients attached to it. A peace deal is much more different. It's sturdy. And the president began to sense in this meeting in Alaska that we had a lot of the precursors agreed to for a peace deal. So why not pursue an entire peace deal? And of course, in this sort of nutty world, he got criticized for that. I sat and watched it and marveled at it, to tell you the truth.
Next. Morning Joe has complete meltdown on the current state of the Democrat Party. Roll it.
Like, you're trying to do everything to distract the American people from the fact that you're screwing up on job one. And job one is helping working Americans and helping the middle class afford their lives and build a life where their children are going to live better than them. That's the American dream. And you have done nothing but play politics over the past year and a half. It's really not that hard to do.
We'll see.
It's really not. Cut and paste. It's really not hard to do. And I would be telling the Republicans the same thing if Democrats were off over here. It's not hard, but I don't know why they like Gavin Newsom. He wants to own Donald Trump. He wants to be Donald Trump. Like,
you know, the hypocrisy of this idiot who was all in on Kamala, and then now you want to say the Democrats don't know what they're doing. You're a Democrat, and you don't know what they followed your advice. That's how they got here. Keep going.
Can't be Donald Trump light. Hey, Gavin, talk into the camera and talk about making life more affordable, not only for people in California, but if you want to talk about people in New Hampshire, our people in Iowa, our people in South Carolina, they would like to know how their lives can be more affordable. Not how you can own Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not running again. These Democrats, who I have called Chuck Wepner instead of Muhammad Ali, Chuck Wepners, they're the ones that are running again. They're the ones that are in the boxing ring with Democrats, not Donald Trump.
It does seem, and we'll see if Democrats are taking...
You're weak, you're out of control, and you become an embarrassment to yourself and everybody else.
Next. Washington, D.C. residents are flooding in support for President Trump's federalization of the district. This is an absolute nightmare for Dems. Roll it. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
I enjoy having extra security. I think it's a good thing. I mean, you want to feel safe when you're out and about, especially females.
It's a good thing because it actually reinforces the fact that America is secure, safe, stable.
Let's see the 1993 black guy. With the sideways hat. Not a lot of people committing to that these days. You know, Trump has actually gotten the Democrats to take the side of crime. You know, who is going to live in a city, have Trump, you can say whatever you want on MSNBC. He's not having federal agents come in and harass citizens. It's just a crackdown on criminals. And everybody's happy about it. And the Democrats are dumb enough to argue for the crime. Continue.
Elliot Reed says he supports the federal involvement.
As a moderate, as a centrist, I think something needs to be done. I have 3 kids. I'm about to start teaching next week. I want it to be safe.
I can feel it down in my plums. Next. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent just revealed that President Trump's deal with Ukraine may recoup all of our needless spending in aid to the Ukraine. Roll it.
Since he got into the Oval on January 20th, President Trump has been talking about not sending any more money to Ukraine. We did this economic partnership, which once this conflict stops, could pay off big for the American taxpayer. We can recoup our investment. If Ukraine does well, we do well. If the conflict stops, and the conflict's got to stop for the economic partnership to really kick in.
I agree,
We're
Mateo.
going to start with some investments now. So I think President Trump is very vigilant. Right now, we are selling arms to the Europeans, who are then selling them on to the
Next.
Ukrainians.
Great job. Scott Bessent's been a hero this whole time. Okay, this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Today is Kenneth Hagin Sr.'s birthday. Obviously, he's in heaven. This first picture is on one of his birthdays in his hotel room after a meeting on the road. I sprayed silly string on him and ruined one of his favorite terry cloth warm-up suits. He was not happy at all, but as you can tell, Mom thought it was pretty funny. I missed him so much. So he said instead of just like leaving the silly string, he tried to rub it off and ruin the clothes. Now, a lot of people aren't going to understand this, but Kenneth Hagin is like a revered, it would be the equivalent of like spraying the Pope with silly string. And he wasn't like a prankster. This is one of the funniest things I've ever seen, because look how mad Kenneth Hagin is. Look at him in picture 2, ticked off. Ray Jean Wilson. Not bad. Next. Oh, we're so close to 100,000 subscribers. 400 away or 600 away? We at 99.6? Yeah, we're 400 away. So if you've not subscribed yet, I'd appreciate it. Next. Pastor, the single women in our church are looking for good husbands. The single women. Next. Associate pastor, first year of ministry. Associate pastor, 5th year of ministry. Next. Christian influence keyboard. Next. Nobody. Mercy culture. I'm persecuted. Next. I didn't make these. I'm just reading. I have a girl on my lead team you should date. The girl. Next. Want to listen to the new Toby Mac album? Next. When you're feminist and you're barely sentient. Next. Maybe we can get these guys to play as the seeker-sensitive church sings. By the way, this is I'm taking these from an account called Theos U Church Memes on Instagram. So I'm not stealing it, I'm reading it. Next. New trending female artist, millionaire dad. Next. My sons are ready to take the church. Pastor's sons. Gay lovers find out their brothers. Next.
I am Lord Farquaad.
Lord Farquaad? Oh, no. Forgive me, my lord, for I was just saying a short... farewell.
I'll do whatever you want. Oh. I'll cook for you, wait on you, make love to you. I can make you happy, Josh. I can make you so happy.
When you finish tweeting about how great The Chosen is. Next. Is that it?
Parents' worst fear, losing a child.
Never forget. Oh, back to me. Freeze it on the opening screen. Never forget the cancer scare episode that was followed by the Diet Mug Root Beer Dana Carvey show. So they promoted that, to help kids and families deal with cancer, but then what came after it, did not fit. From the beginning.
Parents' worst fear, losing a child.
I don't want to die, Dad.
You never know whose family it will happen to. An episode so powerful, it hits home.
We'll beat this thing, no matter what it is, I'm not letting anything happen to you.
A special home improvement followed by the Diet Mug Root Beer Dana Carvey show.
Play it one more more time at the beginning?
Parents' worst fear, losing a child.
I don't want to die, Dad.
You never know whose family it will happen to. An episode so powerful, it hits home.
We'll beat this thing, no matter what it is, you know? I'm not letting anything happen to you.
A special home improvement followed by the Diet Mug Root Beer Dana Carving Show.
Next.
It's the Shaq principle.
Pause. This is ridiculous. This is Pastors with Props. It just is insane to me to preach on Sunday morning dressed like this and just being like serious. Go.
It's the Shaq principle, the Shaquille O'Neal principle, or the Yao Ming principle, or the Wemby principle. These gentlemen contributed absolutely nothing to being over 7 feet tall. They didn't make themselves tall. They didn't make themselves where all they had to do was hop in order to dunk a basketball. You tracking with me?
No, I'm not tracking.
They didn't have anything to do with that. They were given that by, it was totally a gift.
This is a
from
giving
God.
message?
Mahomes, Brady, Staubach, Montana, these quarterbacks, they had nothing to do with the raw athletic talent that they were given or the mental acuity.
I get that you went to like a team leads meeting and they're like, listen, let's for our next series, we'll do like a hospital theme and you can wear like a patient outfit. And it's like, yeah, it sounds good. But then at what point are you getting ready Sunday morning, throwing on the hospital schmuck and barefoot and look in the mirror and not go, what the hell am I doing? You know, whenever they vote you out of this church, I think you can trace it back to this moment when everyone lost respect for you. Keep going.
You brought nothing into this world, and you will take nothing out of this world.
I hope you see this, Pastor Jonathan. Please pray that God will rescue me from the abusive relationship I'm living in. I'm desperate to get out of here. Harry Grace. How old are you? Are you under the age of 14 or over the age of 14? Because if you're a grown man, one of the ways you can get out of the abusive relationship is just not being abused anymore. You can move. I don't understand where the prayer gets in. Then secondly, there's only so much I can do from YouTube. So I would call the police. I don't really understand. Keep going.
Everything you've ever used to do anything in your life, to make money, to provide, to amass, to impress.
Anybody else, if you're in this church at this point, checking Yelp for other churches in the area?
God. If you take another breath, it's a gift from God. If you wake up tomorrow morning, it's a gift from God.
Why do Christians take everything so personally?
Next. Minnesota Vikings add their third male cheerleader to the roster. You know what? I don't approve of that. Take that down. Cleanse our palates. Wait. Harry said, I'm 59 and unemployed. Who's abusing you at 59? That's not old. You know, if you were 79, I don't understand at 59. Who's abusing you? Tell me who the abuser is in the relationship. You're a 59-year-old man. If someone's physically abusing you, you can ball up your fist like this, take a swing. You can call the police. I don't understand why you would ask me to pray for you because you're in an abusive relationship. That doesn't make any sense. Cleanse the air, Britt Gusmus. Father, thank you for everybody watching today. I pray you would lift every issue of concern and bless them and their families. In Jesus' name, we thank you for it. If you have never received Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, I would love for you to pray this prayer with me right now and settle things with God. There needs to come a time in your life where you do this, and today would be a perfect time to do this. Say this out loud. Heavenly Father, I admit that I've sinned. I repent. I believe in my heart you raised Jesus from the dead. I confess with my mouth, Jesus is Lord and my Savior. Right now, I receive forgiveness. By the blood of Jesus, I'm saved. In Jesus' name, amen. Harry said, the mother of our daughter, she's 350 pounds. I'm only 225 pounds. You know, I've seen you as a commenter on here before, so I know you're not joking, which makes it funnier. You say the mother of our daughter, so she's no longer your wife? See, that's why I keep Adonis on a strict diet, because I'm not going to let her gain 100 pounds more than me and then be able to physically dominate me. 350-pound wife. That is that's a hoss right there, as the ranchers call them. It's easy to tell me to leave. I don't have anywhere to go. No, that's a good point. The next time she goes to abuse you, maybe throw an unwrapped Twix bar like 10 feet away to distract her. And then as she makes the guttural noises and goes on all fours after it, you can just sneak away to another room and barricade yourself in. I'm not an abuse counselor, just throwing out some ideas. I would keep like some snacks on me, and when she gets ready to get abusive, just toss some Skittles, watch her eyes light up, she'll get distracted and go, and then you can kind of hide in the bathroom till everything clears up. You can call the police, whatever needs done. I've never dealt with a situation like this. I will tell you this too. Remember this, if your wife is 350 pounds and you're only 225 pounds, don't try to take her on strength-wise. There she has the advantage, but you have the agility advantage. So sometimes you can get like by what I've done with Adonis before when she's coming after me with a weapon is I'll get like by the dining room table, and then if she comes left, I'll go this way, and then they kind of like a cartoon, they can never really get to you. Then eventually at 350 pounds, she's going to wear out and need to like catch her breath, and then you can make a break for it. I don't know. You know, it's not a funny situation by any means, but I'm just giving you some things you can do till you get it sorted out. I think let me ask you a question, Harry. Is it a ranch style house, or is it do you have 2 floors? Because that's another thing. If you have a second floor, she's going to have trouble getting up those steps. So you can get on the first landing, and then you can go up and then kind of find a way back down. Especially if you have a second stairwell, you could just kind of like lead her up and down, and she's going to get tired out. So again, use her weight against her. Don't get in a strength thing because you'll lose. But then if you run, you're going to win. I wish you had a church in Harrisburg. I would work for you. You don't know how badly I wish I could have you come work for me after hearing all this. If you prayed that prayer, please do what it says on the bottom of the screen. Go to revivaltoday.com and click I just got saved. If you fill that out completely, we will send you a Bible and some other materials to help you live the Christian life. Harry said she's very agile. That's a bad situation. If you've got a 350-pound wife with Chris Farley-like agility, I don't know what to tell you, man. I would just tell you, God gives his greatest battles to his strongest soldiers. There's something you're going to learn out of all this. If you would like to help us feed 5,000 children a day for the same price as Harry feeds his wife, we're able to distribute it out to the rest of the world. I'm going to give you a T-shirt as a way of saying thank you. Here's the T-shirt. Oh, that's great, guys. See it up big? That's me as the Cracker Barrel guy. A little closer. What a beautiful shirt. What is that behind me? I would just make it straight blue behind me, but it'll be like that. And no, you know what? Just get rid of the blue. And just when you get it, it's just going to be that logo with my face. That's an excellent job, guys. Demetrius Davis quoted the scripture to Harry, endure hardness like a good soldier. That's it. Yeah, that's the scripture here. If you would like, we're getting ready to build out our church in Pittsburgh and making moves in our other 3 cities. So if you would like to help us, like our friends at GWC Construction in New Mexico, anyone who sends in $50,000, you will become the new sponsor to knock GWC Construction off the wall. So there's the challenge if you'd like to do something big to help us. RevivalToday.com, you click Give Now, Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, #donate on Facebook, Apple Pay. You can scan that QR code for cryptocurrency, and you can also text GIVE to 75767. But remember, if all that's too confusing, just go to revivaltoday.com, our website, and click Give Now. If you want to mail a large check, Revival Today, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, Pennsylvania, 15329. And if you'd like to transfer stocks and bonds without having to get taxed for them, you can scan that QR code. Don't forget to go to revivaltoday.com and click Claim My Offer. That's where you pick your shirt size, and it ensures we have your address. And that's what I'm going to send you. That's a great shirt. Eldo Brock said, I'm still waiting on my feathered Trump shirt. There's about to be some weirdness between us. Can you call the office and check where it is? And if you've ever not got something, that just all you got to do is call the office. Yes, and Harry, if you'd like one for the lady you're living with, I don't know that we carry that in stock, but we can have one of my Uncle Ted's old Crusade tents, have the logo put on it. She can use the top of the tent as the head hole, and then they can cut armholes under or whatever. I'm going to be in Edmonton, Alberta tomorrow night, Friday night and Saturday morning. Friday, August 22nd, 7 p.m. And then there's a partner lunch, a partner breakfast for Kenneth Copeland's partners, where I will be in the morning. So I look forward to seeing you there. And then I'm going to be back at church, obviously. So listen, this weekend, would you please pick one of these 4 churches and attend? Don't miss it, as we build 4 strong churches at once in America by the grace of God. I love all of you so much. Thank you so much for watching. That's right, Barb. Blessed is he who endures to the end. You're welcome, Rebecca. Thank you, Amber. Everybody, you're the best. Harry, all the best.
I'm going to eat some more of this if you're not careful. Oh. It's so good. Oh, my God. You didn't have lunch, right?
Wow. What's it like seeing so many Republicans in Manhattan, so many Trump supporters in Manhattan? Does that surprise you?
No, not at all. It's turning now. Trump's turn again.
What's your message to Joe Biden?
F you.
My mama says, with my family.
I never would have dreamed in a million years I'd see so many struggling Americans defies belief. We share the same fears and the same mountain grief. It's like a wave of desperation crashing over me. So many lives roughed up, so much anger strained in each and every direction. I feel the pain, and straight through the radio waves, the fake news plays till it stays stuck in your head for days and days. Who would have thought biding your time, just trying to survive, just towing their lives? lied to scraping all your nickels and dimes, that they would ruin everything and break the world like this. I kept on telling you that they would turn it all to shit. I know I hate a nervous puppet master globalist powers, cause they lie about me every day for hours and hours. And now they're trying to bring me down with the government. I'm loving it. They built the world on bullshit, and now we taking it on. Fight in America, there ain't no hope for your kids. Fight in America, illegals and inflation shit. Fight in America, never seen crime like this. We give it everything, tell me this ain't all we get. Fight in America, there ain't no hope for your kids. Fight in America, illegals and inflation shit. Fight in America, never seen crimes like this. We give it everything, tell me this ain't all we get.
Let's go, Brandon.
You can stick your poison vaccine up your ass. You can stick your poison vaccine up your ass. You can stick your poison vaccine. Stick your poison vaccine. Stick your poison vaccine up your ass.
Why are you detaining me? You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Oh my goodness. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You
I'm Jonathan Shuttlesworth, and I've met a lot of pastors on the road that wanted to have a revival, but weren't sure how to go about setting it up. So I wanted to do this video to tell you a couple things. Number one, I'm sure you see somebody flying around in a jet and think, what is the enormous expense to have you come to our church? The answer is, it's zero. Acts 20:34, the Apostle Paul said, I've always taken care of my expenses and the expenses of those who travel with me. We have no minimum requirements. We have no honorarium. Our team is taken care of by us. We book our own hotels. I've done that my whole traveling ministry. All we do is receive a love offering as Paul instructed in the Bible. That's it. We're not under any financial pressure, and we don't put you under any financial pressure. Secondly, what I do is a little different than what a lot of other traveling ministries do. We don't do conferences and we don't do ticketed events. I don't generally do one-night meetings. I like revivals. I like seeing a church explode with the power of God. Sinners get saved. As the week goes on, sinners bring more people. And really, you can see 10 years of church work accomplished in 1 week of a strong revival meeting. That's what I like to see done. I don't care about the size of the church. I care about seeing God hit the place, and whatever you start with, seeing it multiply. So what does it take for me to come to your church if you're interested? An invitation. So the information for an invitation is on the screen. I look forward to hearing from you. Genuinely, if you're a pastor and you want to see God shake your region, I will partner with you in that. I want to see that.